let's say you lose $100 on your first trade, right? Then you have another trade and you lose $100 again. You go for a walk, you go off, you do your daily business, you come back and you lose a third trade of $100. Finally, you take one more trade and you make $320. This means you are now up $20 on the day after seeing a paper loss on the day or a daily drawdown of $300. So you're up 20. How do you feel? Give yourself a number out of 0 to 10. 10 being ecstatic and 0 being depressed on the verge of suicide. Where do you fall here? Okay, remember that number, 0 to 10. You lost 100, 100, 100, and then you made 320. You're up 20. You made back all 3 losses and then some, and finished the day positive. Remember that number. Now, let's flip it. Let's say the first trade is plus 320. Great, right? You started the day with a bang. Then you go off, you come back, and you proceed to lose $100, and then another 100, and you think, well, I'm going to give it another shot, and you lose $100 again. What started as a $320 up day ended up being a measly plus $20. How do you feel about this scenario? 0, again, on the verge of deep depression. 10, ecstatic, over the moon. What's your number? If you're like most people, your number tended more towards 10 in the first scenario because you made back all the losses you had initially, and tends more towards 0 for this second scenario because you started out with $320 and you gradually chipped that away to pretty much nothing at the end of the day. Now, the flaw in that thinking is the end result, net on net, is $20. There is no difference, absolutely no difference between the two scenarios except the journey and the effect it has on your mind. If, like most people, you tended towards 10 on the first scenario and towards 0 for this second scenario, the degree to which your numbers are separated is the degree to which you suffer from the cognitive bias called loss aversion. Simply put, loss aversion is the tendency to feel the loss of things we have in our possession twice as much as things which we could have had in our possession had we have done something different. So future gains, the difference between losing $100 out of your own money and losing the opportunity to make $100 in the future, the $100 in the future that you missed out on is felt half as much as losing your actual $100. But again, the net deficit is $100 whichever way you look at it. So this is a flaw in our thinking. And this can be explained using this example above here. If we lose 100 and then we lose another 100 and then we're down 300, in our cognitively biased minds, the loss isn't realized. So we will fight the losing days to bring them back to just above even or lessen the impact of the losing days. But we will tend to run away when we see gains that we have in our possession dwindling away. So we feel a difference between gains we have in our account and gains that we will have in our account. And so the message here is everything's borrowed, nothing's owned. And if we remember this, then we can avoid loss aversion by simply treating all dollars, future dollars and dollars in our account as one and the same, because mathematically they are. And that's where the problem comes in. That's when you see someone lose $100, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get that $320 gain to bring you back up. So inevitably you're going to have big down days and as you don't want to push the winning days because it hurts more when you give back some of the gains. You're going to end up having smaller winning days. So you end up with winning days like this and losing days like this. If we treat the markets with equanimity and we look at things as what they are mathematically, then we need to push as hard, at least as hard on the winning days as we do on the losing days. Ideally, you want to push even harder on the winning days if you can, but I'm not at that stage yet. I've learned to moderate my behavior based on the tendency that I know I have to try to avoid pushing a winning day and dig out of a losing day. And so I just thought I'd throw that out here, and little food for thought. Cognitive bias number 1, loss aversion, and we'll do a few more of these because there are quite a few that go unnoticed that plague traders, and if we're aware of it, then we can work on the problem. So that's it for now, and I'll catch you all in the next video.